Hello and welcome to RStories. There's titles and timestamps in the description. Let's begin with the first one with the title I was kidnapped by my childhood best friend and her mom without realizing it. My mom suggested that I could share my story to raise awareness. But the truth is that if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have ever seen it as kidnapping. If you expect a dramatic story filled with abuse or torture, I have to disappoint you. I think it's not a bad idea to share my story, and since I love Reddit, I decided to share it here. I figured that this subreddit might be the best one to do so. True of my chest. This happened when I was in elementary school. Like for most children at that age, boys and girls were somehow rivals. Me and my best friend, Lisa, however, single-handedly destroyed that stereotype. She was pretty much the exact female copy of me. Our interests aligned so well that we quickly became best friends. The day it happened, I asked my mom to stay at Lisa's house for the night. She said yes, and I packed the stuff that I needed. I was only prepared to stay there for one night, but one night turned into a week. When I arrived there, we had a great time playing video games, doing roleplay with our toys, and playing hide and seek at night. It was very much fun. The next morning I prepared for my mom to go get me, but this was when Lisa's mom told me that my mom had called her and told her that I had to stay at her house for a bit longer. Being the naive young child I was, I didn't question it. Yes, I was confused, but this only made me realize that I could spend more time with Lisa, so for me, it wasn't a problem. This was at a time where I didn't possess a smartphone, so it's not like my mom could have just called me. I stayed there for an entire week before I started to question why my mom hasn't got me yet. I wasn't allowed to leave the house either. I was only allowed in the house and the garden outside. When me and Lisa played outside, a neighbor saw me and called the cops. It turned out that my mom filed a missing report at the police station because I was missing for a few days. My mom had actually tried to get me after the first night. But when she tried to, Lisa's mom told her that I had already left and that apparently I told her I wanted to walk home when she offered me to give me a ride. Lisa's mom was such a sweet person that no one would have ever suspected her of doing something like this. So even my mom figured that someone had to kidnap me on my way home, so she filed a report. The police reunited me with my mom and I was confused as hell. I had a great time there. Yes, I was a bit worried why my mom never got me, but I couldn't understand back then why Lisa's mom was arrested. This happened during the summer break and I didn't see Lisa the rest of the summer. And she also didn't appear at school on the first day. I have no idea what happened to her. Right now I assume that this incident ruined their reputation so much that they moved away and I never saw Lisa again. Like I said, it's not a typical kidnap story. It all was so sneaky that not even I, as the alleged victim, could tell that it was one. But my mom insists that it was a kidnapping. So yeah, that's it. I still don't know if labeling myself as a victim here will be the right, because I just don't feel like one. But that's just me. That's so strange. I can't imagine what your mom was going through. Also makes me wonder if that was even Lisa's real mom. I wish you could track down your childhood friend, since you know her first and last name that you went by at the time, and her mom's. If you ever do, please drop in on an update. What a crazy story. The next story has the title My girlfriend of 3 years gave me an ultimatum that we must start having unprotected sex. And she's not on birth control. I, 29 male, has been dating my girlfriend, 25 female, for 3 years, and the last 2 she has been wanting to get more intimate by not using a condom. But the problem is that she doesn't use any birth control, she just tracks cycles. I respect her decision to not use birth control, but she doesn't seem to respect that I want to at least use one form of decent protection like a condom. She said if anything happens, she could just handle it and get an abortion. I don't want a kid. I am fine with abortions, but I really don't want to have to deal with it or use that as a form of birth control. I think cycle tracking somewhat works, but it can't be used as a birth control replacement. I have had condomless sex with exes on birth control, so I am fine with it, but not with zero protection at all. She recently gave me an ultimatum that if I don't start at least trying to have sex without a condom in her non-fertile window, then by New Year's she will break up with me. She told me that she doesn't feel that our relationship is growing anymore. She doesn't want to have sex as much because of the condom situation. I love her like crazy and have felt the opposite, that we are growing. I feel numb and don't know what to do or say. We have this argument weekly, and it honestly kinda hurts. I was thinking about getting a couples therapist. Is that a good idea? Should I just stand my ground and keep telling her it doesn't make me comfortable, which will lead her to breaking up with me? I don't have anybody to get advice from, so I need a helping hand from Reddit or a therapist. Tell her you'll get a vasectomy and see what her reaction is. If she freaks out, she may be trying to trap you. She wants a baby. When she gets pregnant, she will tell you she's decided that she doesn't want an abortion. If you don't want to have a child, then always wear a condom. Make sure it's one you have purchased and only you have access to it, or it may suddenly develop holes. I'm 57 and the game your girl is running is older than I am. True, but if your relationship has reached a point where you legitimately need to worry your partner is trying to baby trap you, you just need to leave. Better protection isn't protecting you from that crazy. And that's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.